Marcus Buchecha Almeida, it's a perfect record continuing. Four straight wins, four straight finishes. It was an emotional one for you tonight, but what does it mean to you?
Was really emotional. This one was really hard for me to keep on the card, but feel happy. So the job is being done. So I'm really happy with my performance overall, not just tonight, but in my MMA career. So, but I know it's just the beginning. So I have a lot of to go, and so not much to say. Just really happy, feel blessed to have the opportunity that I have, not just to be fighting on one championship, but to be doing what I love my life. So that's that's something that I learned lately. We have to enjoy it as much as we can because you never know what can happen, right? Maybe tomorrow never comes. So that's something that I learned. Live your life like every day like it was the last.
Do you feel more than ever validated in what you're doing with your life and the sport that you chose, the path you chose?
Yeah, I think I have just got my fourth victory, and now people start respect me because a lot of people say, "Yeah, let's see when he fight tough." Like people always doubt it. Yeah, let's see the next guy. Let's see the next guy. So I fought like the toughest guys of the division already. So I got the job done. So now I think people start they respect me my as a MMA fighter, not just a grappler. So think so that I can take a punch, I can punch back, I can kick. So I think that's all about to be an MMA fighter, and I'm proving that I became one, and I'm here for a long time. I'm here to stay.
You've been very humble in your MMA career. Even now, you're saying it's still very early, but you are destroying guys. When will you start to admit that maybe you are one of the very best in the world in MMA in this category?
Uh, 4 fights, that would be like too much audacity to say something like that. So all these guys have like 10, 15, 20 fights. So still under my baby steps on MMA, but I thought they gave me like tough tests and I got it and I did it. So I think now people is like not doubt it anymore. Me as an MMA fighter. So I think I'm earning my respect of the MMA world, not just
You're,
the fighters of my division, but the whole world.
you're starting to take out these guys that are more and more legit. I mean, Kang Ji Won was one of the best guys in the division, and no one else has beaten him. Kirill Grushenko fought for the title. So, how close are you now yourself to fighting for the title?
Yeah, he fought for the title, but he didn't win, right? So like, of course, the champion is the champion because he he got the job done. He deserved it. He's a really tough guy, Anatoly and Arjan. So can't wait for them to fight, and soon I will have my chance to fight one of them. My time will come eventually. So I don't worry about that. Like I said, I live today. I don't worry about like it proving me that so little things. So I don't really worry about anymore. Of course, when the time comes, will be one more fight. I'm not gonna take like, oh, it's a title fight. Will be one more fight. Will be one more challenge for me, and that's it. One more step. I'm not gonna take it like, oh, that's the biggest challenge of of my career because will be not. My toughest fight is always the next one. So that's it. I think to get the belt, I think of course is really hard, but I think the hardest thing is to keep it there on the top in any sport, not just MMA. So that's how I see it. To get there, of course, is going to be a lot of work. But once you get there, to keep and maintain motivated, to train, to go fight, defend it, I think that's uh, the real hardest part of everything.
You opened up the bout with a lovely low kick. How confident are you in the development of your striking? It's looked very sharp recently.
Yeah, man, I'm training. I told everyone, like people like, oh, how is your striking? Like I said, I can't strike for 15 minutes. You guys saw I took some punches, I punched back, I got like a good kick, and my striking is improving so much. I do like 3, 4 rounds with strikers, the best strikers in the world at the gym. So I have to thank you, of course, my training partners and my coach. My Muay Thai coach, my striking coach was in my corner today, Katel Club. So of course, he like made a lot of really important with that. He helped me to get prepared. Not just him, but all the coaches from ATT, my training partners, all my Checkmate family, of course, all the support from MMA. So yeah, a lot of people. It's not just me in the cage. It's a lot of people behind. Of course, in the individual sport, but there is a lot of backstage before we step in the cage and before the door lock. There is like a lot of people behind supporting.
You've had 4 fights, but I think less than 10 minutes inside the circle. What's been your favorite moment in MMA so far?
Ah, every victory is special. I think the last one is really special. So of course, I think was like the biggest challenge because he was like #1 seed, let's say like that, in the heavyweight division. So it was a big challenge. A lot of people thought I wasn't ready for, but I said yes, I am. I'm sure. I want to say thank you, Shatri, very much for the opportunity to be in the first Prime Video card, first one on Prime, one fight night. So thank you, Shatri, for the opportunity to fight in this card, and of course the opportunity to fight in this organization, One Championship. That's my home, the home of martial arts. So just feel blessed.
You said perhaps one more fight, one more step before the title, but if something happens to Arjun Balar or Malikin, are you willing to step in?
That's a talk between my team, my manager, my with One Championship. So like I said, what about now? Today I want to go home, like relax. It was like really 3 hard weeks for me. I think the hardest 3 weeks of my life. So like it was too much pressure, too much going on in my head. So I want to like clear my head a little bit. So I don't really want to like put that pressure like, oh, maybe I fight, maybe I don't fight. So whatever happens, happens. So if I'm supposed to fight for the title, I will. When the time comes, I will be ready. But I don't want to not today, think about that. Let's say like that. Of course, it's my goal. Of course, it's what I want, but I don't want to think about like that today. So it was a lot already.
You mentioned training through tears. You have a lot of young up and coming martial artists. They look up to you. How important is it to stay driven, to keep pushing through on those bad days? And how rewarding is it that you were able to do that?
I don't know. Being honest, like I don't know what to say, what to think. It was a lot of was a hard one, a hard hit that life hit me. I never had anything like that in my life. I never experienced anything like that. So I think the time on the mat was the only time that I could clear my head and try to forget. So, like I said, I think that's what what he would want me to do, to keep fighting, to keep living my life. There was one thing that driving me to keep going.
I'm sure he'll be exceptionally proud of you. You're an absolute warrior, Buchecha. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.